Hi, everybody. Welcome to Elixia. Welcome to ZealZaddy. This is our campaign, Elixia. It's a D&D 5e campaign. We're on either the penultimate or ultimate episode. I'm not sure which yet. My name is Scott. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm the DM here. You can find us everywhere at ZealZaddy. That would be all the socials except TikTok, which is ZealZaddy RPG. And we make product that you can find on DriveThruRPG. We just released over a week and a half ago. We're actually a few days behind on the next one. An NPC, a deep dive NPC that you should check out. It's a pay what you want title. We've got several of those up there, so go check it out, download it, have some fun with it, maybe use it in your game. Tell us how you're using it. I'd love to hear how you're using some of the products we make in your game. Let's bring everybody on, because they are much more enjoyable anyway. All right. So let's have everybody introduce themselves, kind of go over their characters and what they do. Let's start with Jazz tonight.
I knew you were going to say my name.
Why?
Setting up.
You had the most motion on screen, and it just attracted my eye to the motion. So I just realized.
Setting up.
I wonder if that's what I always do when I choose who to go with. And I'm
if you don't want to be chosen, stay still.
Yeah,
freeze. Hi, I'm Jazz. Also known as Cinder Scoria on Twitch, that's usually where you can find me. I play Jada, our Warforged Sorcerer Fighter. I almost did that out of order. They use they, them pronouns. I use she, they pronouns. You can find me here on Tuesdays, but also you can find me on Girls Run These Worlds. We're doing the Seeker Core that is coming back in September, so I'm very excited to do that. You can also find me on oh gosh. Hold on. I have to make sure I'm doing this one right. Da 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 da.
Do you need a drum roll?
Da, da. I'm sorry. It's such a what should you call it? Yeah. X-Row Crow. You can find me on their channel because I will be a part of Off the Vine, the HBCU Magical School 5-part series. I'm super excited about it.
How do you spell that? Spell that out. X, just the letter X, row, R-O-W, C-R-O-W. Okay.
No, K-R-O-W.
K-R-O-W.
K-R-O-W, yes. I got cast in that with a bunch of fantastic people, so I'm really excited to be a part of that project. You can also catch me on Queen's Court Games. Wow, one of these days I'll say that right. We'll be doing Cult Divinity Lost 4-shot at some point. That'll be dropping, but I'm not sure when, but it'll happen. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I have a short story in an anthology coming up called Being Ace, all about asexual people being ace across genres. You can catch that fall of 2023, and you can add it to grades now. That's it.
Awesome. Yay. Let's jump to Blake, another writer.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. Hi everybody, I'm Blake. Blake Francis. You can find me on Twitter at Blake C. Francis, I guess, if you want. I don't post much, but you can, it's there. I play Hipley Amberwater, the former personal librarian who's still trying to figure out what he wants to do in life, even though he's kind of old, but it's never too late to find out, so he's still finding out on his journey. Yeah. And then ready for tonight and see what shenanigans are going to get up to in this maybe ultimate episode, we'll see, so, yeah.
All right, Natalie.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie. I use she, they pronouns, as does my character, Desis, who I'm currently out of closet cosplaying right now. Can't tell. You can find me on most places on the internet at Ghost Candle. The best place being Twitter, where I post about my art, any tabletop things I'm doing. And if you're following me right now, I got an art contest right now. Some of these folks here are also vying for that art, in which if you are a follower and you like that post, which is pinned in my Twitter right now, you have a chance to get me to draw a portrait of your character. So you have until tomorrow by midnight to enter, so go check that out. Otherwise, you can also find my stuff on Ko-Fi. That's ko-fi.com/ghostcandle, where I do weekly emotes. I just recently did a yellow tiefling. I'm bringing on the taste of the rainbow with tieflings right now, so go check those out.
Nice.
Seriously, her art is sick. Check it out. Her art, it's like it. Their art is amazing. Check it out.
It is. Morgan.
What's up, travelers? I'm Morgan with Mind Play Mondays. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Vesryn Madrick. He is the party's wizard, and tonight he is trying to get everybody out of here, even if it means the end of himself. You can find me on social media everywhere except Twitter at Mind Play Mondays. On Twitter, it is at Mind Play Mun. I am the founder of Mind Play Mondays. It's a website where you can hire myself or one of our dungeon masters that I work with to run adventures for you and your friends or your coworkers or for your children if you want to get them into the game. Our team does in-person here in South Florida, and now we do in-person in certain parts of LA. So, and other than that, we do online. So please check us out. Beyond Pro DMing, we have t-shirts on Amazon. Tonight I'm not wearing one of my shirts. I'm actually wearing Tiffany's shirt, but you can still find my shirts on Amazon, so please check us out. I have stuff on the DMs Guild as well, and we have a podcast that we're going to be releasing episodes again for very soon. Everything's been hectic with these charities, so I haven't had a chance to really sit down and edit the most recent episode. Last note, speaking of the charities, I will be guest DMing a very special one-shot in which I hope will be a series of the one-shot charity events on the Dungeon Dummies channel. This one's going to be for St. Jude's Hospital. We're going to be partnering with Extra Life. Players will include Joseph from the Geekiest Podcast, Alex and Jeremy from Dungeons and Dummies, and David Tilstra from Afar.
Nice.
And so please come check us out September 3rd, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, as always, and you know what I'm going to say, but I promise you I mean every single time, I am just here and happy to be playing with these wonderful people.
And one of your players in your podcast is getting married soon. Jake is getting married.
Yes, Jake is getting married, and I am so excited for him to be embarking on that part of his life. So,
Are you gonna be at his wedding?
I'm his best man. No, I'm just kidding.
That'd be cool.
If he is planning on inviting me, he has not done so yet.
All right.
So, but you know, I don't know. We'll see. I would love to go to his wedding.
Yeah.
And cause chaos.
All right.
Now Scott's guilted him into it, so now he's going to have to.
On the dance floor.
Yeah,
right?
I will
Chaos
totally.
on the dance floor.
I will totally guilt Jake into it, and I'll do it through Stacy as fiance. I'll bypass Jake altogether and go right to the decision-making person in this.
Do you know that Jake's been playing on his podcast for almost 2 years, and he's not inviting Morgan to the wedding? Like, what's up with that?
Nah, it's gonna happen. All right, Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I play Cerridwen Sagewynd. She's the bard of the party. She goes by Dwin, and right now she's having a really hard time accepting Vesryn's choices. Because she has to watch a second man that she loved run away from her. Just in a different way. It's for myself. I run my own campaign as a D&D 5e homebrew with all-female PCs, and it's called Dungeon Damsels. We just got off hiatus, and we're going to go back on hiatus pretty soon, but I've made sure I got everything scheduled and done through this coming Saturday, and then after that, I'm a cruise. I'm in Canada, and so, I'm also working on some homebrew races, because the Arcane Elves in my campaign have become pretty predominant, and one of my players was like, "Can you make this?" So I said, "Sure." And so that's in the works, and I'm also working on taking some 4E demons, and then trying to, like, I guess would be upgrade them to 5e. I've actually, like, been consulting with Scott on how to translate that, another DM friend I know, so that's going to be in the works.
That's what that's for?
Yeah, I'm going to try to release, like...
Yeah, that would be cool. That was a cool
content,
demon.
because, like, there's cool content, but, like, it doesn't exactly translate to 5e, so I'm like, okay. And then I kind of, like, oh, man, I should just, like, translate all of the Zelda races, and if I get good at this. So, anyway, those are things in the works.
Awesome.
Gosh, there's something else I was going to say. Jake is a good boy. He was in my Hanukkah special, so merry wedding to him. And all these people are great. They're, like, fantastic art people. You're in for a treat. Scott's a really good DM, so...
Oh, thank you. I'm going to blush.
You are. I'm taking your, like, techniques, and I'm like, I'm going to put this in mine.
All right. Anyone want to start
Tiffany
the
forgot
recap?
You don't give inspiration anymore, Scott.
I don't give it. You guys give it to yourselves. When I saw them do that, I was like, oh... I don't have to worry about inspiration. I'm all in on that. Let them do their inspiration.
Yeah. Pass on the responsibility.
Yep. All right. So who wants to start the recap? I mean, it's a simple one, I think, but...
Sure.
Well, we started with a couple players making death saves, and that's very important to know. Vesryn and Desus were both knocked out with the kind of arcane blast from the mask that was carrying a fragment of Karos's soul in it. Got split by the divine sword of one of the devas we were fighting and blasted everybody, knocking two of us down.
And one of the NPCs.
And one of the NPCs, maybe a few, who knows. But we did recover everybody and made a mad dash to the wall in which Jesus moonbeamed to show a way to get in through. Then on the other side, after Dwayne had made a really dense forest trying to stop one of the other Devas from running away, unfortunately they did make it away. We did pass without a trace and started walking into this other side of the wall, coming across the standing stones that Vesryn and Dwayne recognized.
Yeah, as
yeah.
The, I guess, kind of like Shadowfell reflection that we seem to come across. And on them, so my character Dwayne starts reading with her full knowledge of the ancient language, she starts reading it and deciphers that, oh, this is a spell to go directly into the dream realm, and from there we can go to any other realm. So she thinks, we definitely got to get this down. And so as she's writing it down, these, I guess, sort of like guardian stone beings come to life and start tromping their way through and attacking us. We try attacking them, but it's not going so well. And then Hipley and I are just frantically trying to, like, transcribe the spell. We then figure out that there are these 4 pillars around the area, and we start attacking those, and when those go down, they cause the stone guardians to, like, deactivate, I guess is what I'd call it.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. After that, we were pretty wiped out, so we... Vesryn used his tower spell, and we all piled in there and got a full rest. While we were resting, Jada was watching. Do you want to describe what you were watching?
Oh yeah, off in the distance, Jada spotted a kind of clearing that had kept lighting up with a bunch of different, like, fiery type lights. They were like, "What's that?" So they, along with Thesis for protection and common sense, decided to go out and check it out and not make any mistakes. They ran into the clearing, and, well, they didn't run into the clearing. They found that in the clearing there was a big stone sarcophagus of a lady. We don't know if she's nice. We don't know if she's nice. And this is why I don't do
A lot of dead bodies. There were a lot of dead
there
bodies.
was-
A lot
around
of
us,
dead
like a ton
animal
of
bodies. Not
Bodies
just
on
animals,
bodies.
but
Shadow.
like creatures. Yeah. And that was really weird and creepy. And then
Yeah, Deesa sent out a face spirit who zipped along, touched the sarcophagus, came back, seemed fine. But then a giant fireball happened, and we were startled. And then we see the shadow, and the shadow started talking to us, and we realized, oh, hey, it's Garros. They're like, hey, I need your body. And Deesa said, nope.
We actually saw him earlier in the episode, but no one just commented on it. Because Scott was like, the shadow walks by. I was like, yep, that's probably...
Him?
Yeah, because he walked by earlier in the episode.
After we broke that circle.
Yeah, then he's like,
Yeah.
the shadow walks by. No one did nothing. So I was like,
Yep.
oh, okay. Well.
I mean, I was like, maybe we should follow it, but you were like, nah, we should go in the tower. And I'm like, okay.
It was either foreshadowing or shadowing, depending on how you reacted to it.
And it was a
That's
shadow.
a shadow. That's funny. But
But yeah, Desis noped everything, did pass with the trace, warhorsed, got us out of there, and galloped and broke into the tower. We panicked, told everybody our story, and then as Dwayne started to rush into the spell, Vesryn was spoken to.
Well, we sat around talking about what to do first for a while. And because we're like, and basically we concluded, like, even if we go and try to deal with Garros, we can't deal with him now.
Mm.
You know, he's armed with fireballs. And maybe the Devas will weaken him. We're not sure. But what we do know is we need to get these people out of here first. And then we can come back with the spell we have. So then we started to focus on removing the people. Then Vesryn received his message. Vesryn, Morgan, do you want to talk about that?
And the message he received was that Garros was not going to allow us to leave unless he got a physical form to be able to take over. And he was offering Vesryn a chance to do that. Otherwise, by, juicing, or was it, what did he say? It was,
choose one.
Yeah, choose one, or I take your mom.
Right.
But he was saying, like, let's juice in the pot. Oh, no, not juice in the
Oh.
pot. What was it?
Sweet.
He's
I
sweet in
said,
the
if you
pot.
In the
don't,
pot, there you go.
I will
Let's
pick
sweeten
your
the
mom,
pot.
and
And
we'll
then kill
destroy
everyone.
everything at home.
Yeah.
Yay.
So, Vesryn, not wanting any of these wonderful people around him to make that choice, decided to tell them that Garros wanted one and that we needed to get out of here as soon as possible. And while everybody was prepping to do so, and Dwayne was starting to send people through, Vesryn said goodbye to his mother and tried to bamf out of there. But there was one individual keeping an eye, a fellow martyr. And we ended with Jada pursuing Vesryn into the wilderness. Though he moves a lot faster right now because he does have one blade song activated.
Yeah, and back there, Desus called on Crackware for assistance in accelerating the spell.
It was a cool scene too, because her dad's kind of like, well, he's gonna explain it. Yeah, it was a cool scene.
Yeah, my dad, almost being a bit of the messenger for when dealing with Desus, appeared, and they spoke a bit about how, like, what was Desus looking for in aid from Cragware, whom they said that since now, with the connection, Urbaveus, and our world being so much better and closer and healing, he is healing, and thus could offer some assistance in the Shadowfell. So she brought him over to Dwen and pretty much repeating the words she's being told to help Dwen in her spell work.
Right. So I just want to make sure that I understand everything that everyone has on them. So the Talisman of the Blue Wastes, someone has that. The Eye of
have
Crackware. The Staff of the Library. The Soul Calipers.
I don't know who has those.
Solana has those.
Oh, okay.
Those are the device she was like picking soul out of things. There's the blade that Vesryn had. I think Vesryn had the
I don't
dark
have it
blade.
anymore. I gave it.
Right, you gave it to your mom.
I gave my blade, my spell
Right.
book, and my backpack with
Yeah.
every other magic item I have to my mother.
Yeah, and that cube.
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
With her mom's already been taken over now, now he has all his weapons. The curse is like, haha, you fool.
You fool! My plan all along.
So now we begin Snuggles in the Shadowfell again.
Why are you itemizing this too, Scott? I feel like you're like giving
Yeah,
all the
I'm
nervous.
sick of me nervous.
I was just looking at everybody's character sheets just to make sure that I understood what everyone had. Every now and then you need to know. So we're going to start back with where Cerridwen's spell is released, and the two people walk forward, and they fade away into a few steps forward towards the trees. And the spell was faster than you initially thought it was going to be. You thought it was going to take half an hour. By the time it was done, you'd think you can cast it each time in 5 to 10 minutes tops. So it's like 3 times as fast because of some change that was put into the spell in the book. Like, it was modified in a way that helped accelerate it, but it increased the risk of people once they cross, that they could end up getting lost in the dream realm. But Crackward said, that's already a risk that you can end up. It's very easy to get there and lose yourself in dream.
Mm-hmm.
Did we warn those? Oh, they'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I did. I told them, like, you're going to the dream realm. This is what you need to do.
Oh gosh, they were already freaked out. Well, some are gonna
Just
make it
think
back
of home.
possibly.
Just think of home and focus on home.
Yeah.
So you think about the nightmares
pick
they
the
saw,
spot
like-
you're gonna.
Place
Yeah,
at
I was
home.
like, pick this
There's no
spot.
place at home.
Be Dorothy, my friends.
So the
You don't
first
have any
two
ruby slippers, but
the first two disappear, and those are some of the randos from Elixia.
okay.
Hey, they have families too.
All right.
They did.
I hope they made it. Where's Vesryn? Maybe we can message them. She looks around, and you just see her just like slam them. He did not do this. She goes around.
Of course he did it. It's Vesryn.
And Jada's not there.
And it's Jada.
Two martyrs.
Yeah, you just see Dwyn, and she's like a giant Firbolg woman. For those of you who don't know, so she's big, and she's stomping around like, I can't believe he would do this. I mean, actually I can. It's completely in character, but I'm still really mad at him right now, and she's just
Dwyn.
puts herself down.
And the next two people line up in the location and hold their hands and wait for you.
Yes.
I'm not sure what we are supposed to do. Do we just stand and hold hands?
Yes. So you see, you take this really deep breath. So what you're gonna do is this is gonna take you to the dream realm, and once you get there, you're going to probably she pauses for a second. Well, what you do is you're going to think of the place you want to go. Both of you need to decide where you're going before I cast the spell. And then the two of you, after you've decided where you're going to go, I'm going to cast it, you're going to think about going there. Now, the dream realm is like a place, what it looks like is you're like flying in the sky really high up.
Like a bird?
Yeah. So you'll see mountains and things like that, and if you run into each other without thinking about where you're going first, you'll share memories. So don't freak out, that's normal. Just when you get there, just hold hands and think about where you want to go. Actually, hold hands now and just think about where you want to go and start walking.
Do we have to think of going to the same place or?
Yes.
Or where do you want to go?
You know, prove you guys are a real couple too. It'll kind of either strengthen or kind of, So
True.
this could be. I mean, hopefully you guys are, relationship is strong and will last the dream well. So we'll see.
We'll go to Phelan.
Okay. Where in Phelan?
Probably next to the Brock. That would be, I would think, a safe place.
Okay.
Or in the
Is
Brock.
there-
In the Brock.
Okay, in the Brock of Phelan. Think only of that.
Okay, but not in the fire in the center, around the fire.
Oh, don't nip
Yeah,
it out of the
that's
fire.
good. That's a good note.
Beside the fire in the Brock and Phelan.
Yes.
Yeah. All you're gonna think about. Now I'm gonna start, and then she starts doing the spell, which for her would be translated into a song.
Yes.
So she has.
Actually, all of the old magic is done through song.
Oh, cool.
It is all music. Everything else came from music.
Oh, that's really neat. So.
What are
we'll
the
let her-
What are the rest of you doing while this is happening? The rest being Hipley and Desus.
Yeah, I kind of will walk over to Hipley, say,
Did one
So-
place
And there's a
bets,
crowd
they're gonna-
around you. They're all like now starting to talk about where they should. They're pairing up. They're figuring out where they're going to go. I mean, crowd is not a huge number, but it's a number. And
yeah.
and some of them are coming to you and asking you things like if we wanted to be in Kyrol, we could choose Kyrol and we'd just be there.
Yeah, just think of something specific you want to appear beside.
Will we have wings to fly?
No, it's kind of like you're floating in the ocean.
Oh, okay. I can
It'll
swim.
make
Can you,
sense
can you
It'll
swim?
make sense. It'll make sense once you get there. So just,
Yeah.
Don't try to think about it. It's.
They're all
it's-
totally thinking
yeah,
about
sure.
it and freaking
Yeah,
out
just-
about it, but trying to understand it enough.
Yeah, when we have a second, I will look to Hipley, say, I guess we need a plan for when they come back, because we have no idea what's going on with Jada and Vesryn.
Yeah. Well. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, what kind of plan could we have? What did you have in mind? I mean, it's.
Well, you have your abilities to kind of tap the surface or even delve deeper into mines, right?
I can try, but I mean, it's. Yeah. What are you proposing?
Well, if they show up and we engage in conversation, maybe you can just surface level and see if they're being piggybacked.
Oh, you mean to see if they're being? Oh, is that okay?
And then maybe if you do sense them, you can say a code word like book closed, and I will do what I need to do.
What about the people that just went? I mean, what if, theoretically speaking, he was already one of them? I didn't check. Ooh.
I feel
Well.
like they may be okay because we've been antagonizing Karos this whole time. And now
Well,
he's
if
got two targets running out in the woods that would provide better resource than someone just wandering.
True, but someone can still get him back to the plane. They can probably because they can't find anybody after that. But you know, that's a really good that's a good plan though. I mean, I can definitely. And do you want me to do it on? I can't do it very often. I can't deep dive that often.
And while you're talking, two more people fade away, and the next two line up. This is happening very fast. You guys should start like figuring out where you're gonna want to go to. They say as they go and walk. Cerridwen finishes the second group, and the third group lines up.
Jesus, where do you want to go? If you could go anywhere.
Well, since I can now breathe underwater, I could always go straight to my mom.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. That'd be wild.
But then, of course, I'd be completely separating from you guys because, well, unless Jada's ready to cast while they're breathing instantly, but
We wouldn't have to be gone for long. I mean, nothing's necessarily forever. I feel like we'd find a way back to each other. So
well, once I'm there and I see the stars, I'll know where I am.
exactly. So I feel like it would never truly be lost. And that's a chance to meet your mom too. I mean, you have to take that. And you can fill us in too. You can share it for us for the book, because that'd be a wonderful addition. I mean, an awesome chapter. I feel like.
Well, I gotta bring you, and I think Dan would be interested as well to see the language on which they maintain their memories and history.
But it's scary down. Yes, it's dark down there though. I mean, but as long as you're there, yeah. I mean, yeah, I can brave it. It wasn't too bad. I mean, we didn't get attacked last time, so.
And two more fade. And the next two line up. So 6 have gone now. The next two
Yeah,
are lined
she
up
just-
and ready. And
She preps them. Where are you going? This is what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And they go through. And throughout this process, everyone fades away, and you're left with Desus, Hipley, yourself, and Solana.
Well, Solana, I mean,
I don't know what to do with Vesryn's stuff that he left me. I'm supposed to give it to all of you, I guess. And she puts it out. There's a sword and a backpack. And there's a cube of some, like a square of some kind that he put in there too, but that may be for later.
I'll take the stuff, and I'll pick up the cube.
So now that everyone else is gone, what should we be doing now?
Well, you should be going through. Dwayne, is there a way that I could help her through, and then maybe just come back myself if possible? There's no coming back, right? Once you're through the dream realm, unless I think of this place.
I mean, you could enter the dream realm with her, and then just think of coming back here.
Okay. Because you don't need it. You've been here long enough, so don't worry. We'll figure out Vesryn and the whole situation. So don't worry about that. We'll make sure to get that figured out.
I can wait. I just don't know if I can keep up with you if you go anywhere. But I can wait and stay here in the clearing here.
Yeah, but there's no need for you to. I mean, you can if you want to. Not saying you have to.
We should send you back.
I'll reach my hand and say it's okay. Like, we'll make sure we have Vesryn. Like, come on.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
I was also going to say she doesn't. You guys don't have to go with her. It's 1 to 2 people can go. She can go by herself.
Yeah, but I would go and just make sure she's fine and come back. I mean, trying to be a gentleman, but fine. You go by yourself. Bye.
Rolled a 17 on insight.
Oh.
Good call.
Roll deception.
Good call. That's what's getting the dice for. Oh my gosh.
I just have to get the dice.
Let's
So I not have
no reason
I'm always
to roll.
rolling dice. I'm always rolling dice. All the time.
Mm-hmm.
She seems concerned about, all of you staying here, and I've been here a long time, and it is not healthy, and I just don't think it's a safe place for anyone. But I don't know if Vesryn went with the best intentions, or maybe it is the best intentions. He's always been more. He's always wanted to prove more than he should.
Well, the one thing we've come to learn about Vesryn in our time is he will always do what he believes is right to protect those he loves most. May not always be the smartest thing, but in his heart, he truly believes it's good. And he would hate to come back and see you still standing here when you could have gone home.
Yeah.
I don't think I can leave him, though. Like, it's my son.
And you have your daughters at home as well.
Most likely we're gonna bring him back. So I mean, seriously, we've been through some things. So I feel like this is another thing too.
We can't risk Karos jumping into you.
I'm old. What can he do with me?
Well, that's what I've been wanting to prevent the most. That's all I can really say about that. But I won't stop it if you want to come.
I would recommend you go.
We can get Vesryn. We can bring him home.
Should I try and bring people back here to try and help?
No.
No. No,
No.
no, 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 no.
We can
Please
leave
don't.
when we want.
And what about the souls in the library?
I'll bring him through. I'll make sure to bring him. Like when I come along, we'll come through, and then we'll figure out what to do from there.
We should pick a meeting place.
I agree. Where is a good place to meet on the island? Now, I don't even know what it's like there anymore. I only know Cairo.
Maybe the Brock.
I was gonna say, I remember I did tell them where to look for us, where we would be coming out around that area. So you guys would remember, because that was a message that I told them.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Told who? Oh, the other
more
people?
can't.
Oh.
And my sister Rotha that we'd be coming out around where the unicorn was.
Yeah, to keep their
The
eyes
Brock.
there.
That's the ruined Brock.
Yeah, the ruined Brock.
And Solana steps up to you, Cerridwen. Can you bend over a little bit? And she like
Sure.
she's bent from age and wear, and she kind of lifts up, and she puts her arm around you, around your neck, and she says, "He's very lucky that he found you, or that you found him. I can see that the two of you are so good together. But he can be foolish, and he could really use someone that isn't around him."
I don't know what it is with these magic boys.
In the Shadowfell, though, all the things you do that are good are going to be diminished. But never forget, it's never gone. It's never not there. And it may be the only thing that can help you here.
Alright. Thank you, and she'll have a moment and just hug her back. We'll bring him back.
I'm ready, and I'll start preparing on that side if I can. If they even recognize me.
Vesryn recognize you.
Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind they're not gonna. They're gonna. Yeah. No, they're gonna recognize you.
They'll know.
Anyway.
Vesryn was obsessed.
I think it's hard for one to forget their mother though. So I think, yeah, no, they're one look and they're gonna know.
He means well. But sometimes he's kind of dumb.
I think we all can be sometimes.
All right. Honestly, I would love to have a dream that isn't a nightmare, so this sounds like a wonderful thing to happen.
Well, I get started then.
And she
Think
waits
of the
for you.
Brock.
And she waits for you, and she thinks of it, and then after the allotted time, you've gotten actually a little faster as you go. 4 5 minutes, maybe a little less than 5. She's just sort of fades. She doesn't even step forward. She just fades. And the three of you are left here alone in this clearing.
Alright.
Should have charged money for that. We could have made some coin.
Really, Hipley.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean,
be very lucrative. We're the only service around.
and there's such an experience. She really gets to go to the dream room that often. So I'm just saying, it would have been
Yeah,
like,
we
you
could
know.
really spice it up. Alright, let's go. Let's go collect our fools.
I'll send a guiding bolt up to this guy.
Okay.
It's kind of like a flare.
Yeah. And you send it up. And a moment after you send it up, the sky in this clearing, in the walls of this space, it was always a little bit lighter than it was outside. There was plants were able to get some kind of green to them and color to them, almost like an oasis in here. And the darkness descends in here too, in a way that feels, I don't want to say how it feels. It's just disconcerting to see even light in here fade. And you you feel the weight of the endless night that is the Shadowfell come down and descend into here. And you start to follow. I'm going to skip over to the other two now. Vesryn, you are running as fast as you can, knowing that there is pursuit on you.
Moving 45 feet.
Yep.
With the action and my movement speed.
Yep. Moving at just a really fast clip.
And
how far are you going and where are you going?
I'm not running to where, Karos was. I let him know to come get me, but I'm running in an opposite direction to where he has to come chase after me as well. Because Vesryn's thinking the more time I can buy for them, the better. If Karos isn't just if I'm not running to Karos, so I'm like, hey, you want me, come get me.
Right.
So it's whatever, like in a different direction than where I know he was at.
Right. So where you suspect he was.
Yeah. I would, as I'm running, like to send at least possibly my last final message to my father. And I'm going to say to him as I'm running, Mother is coming. I'm not. I had to sacrifice myself so the others can return. I know I wasn't the son you wanted. I did try. And then that's 25 words right there. And just running.
Damn, that's dark.
Yeah. But that's what he felt.
Yep. Jada, you're in pursuit, and you can tell that he's moving faster than you are, but he's running so fast that he's leaving an obvious trail. And you can follow the trail. He's breaking branches, he's leaving footprints. Like, he's not trying to cover his tracks. He probably couldn't if he wanted to stay ahead of you. But he does sort of disappear into the woods, and you don't really see him. Every now and then you hear a sound of cracking of a branch somewhere up ahead or to the right. And then you start seeing weird lights in the forest. Look like little lanterns or something in the distance. What do you want to do?
Are they about how far behind do I think I am?
Oh, you're probably at least a mile away from where you were, from where the group is.
I meant from Vesryn.
It's hard to tell because he lost you in the woods after his initial jump. He really did start fast. You probably think you're within half a mile.
Okay.
Quarter mile maybe if you're lucky.
And about how far off are the lights in the
Off
woods?
to a different side, not where you think you ran.
Okay. I'll ignore them then. I'll keep running. I don't have any way to send a message, so I guess that's all I do. I run after him, and I guess I hope that he slows or that he hits a clearing.
Vesryn, you're running and
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say that I don't tire, so eventually he will.
Yep.
That's okay, because I'm a wood elf and I have Mask of the Wild, which allows me to hide in plain sight in the forest, even lightly obscured. And on top of that, I have prestidigitation, so I can throw off my sound to make me sound like I went somewhere else. I will, obviously, when Blade Song runs out, I will be slowing down. And at that point, because I know that Jada was still following me because she yelled, I will start trying to move more to where I'm not breaking branches and lessen my trail for her to follow.
So you slow down to 30 to do it, or 15?
Well, 30. No, it's my normal movement is 35. Mm-hmm. So I would probably slow 35. Down a little bit just to kind of throw off my trail. Maybe even make it look like I go in one direction, quickly backtrack, and then go off another
You're
direction.
Not sure you have time to do backtracking, that kind of stuff. You just don't think that you have time. That Jada is a good pursuer, and it's not going to be easy to throw them off with simple tricks that might throw off a regular pursuer.
Let's see here.
And you do know that Jada is not going to tire.
Here's what I will do. Let's see here. What do I got? I will. Sorry. I'm going to. I'm trying to think how I want to do it. I'm going to make prestidigitation, like sounds coming from the forest, off in a different direction. Make it sound like somebody's, breaking branches kind of thing. Wind moving that way, and then I will move in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Quietly and stealthy.
Okay. Can you make me a stealth check, please?
I can. That would be almost was a 20. It ends up being a natural 14 plus 3, so 17.
Okay.
For my stealth to sneak off in another direction as I make sound.
So you start creating false trails and false signs of passage in places you're not, and try and create the illusion of you being one place when you're not at that place. And you feel you're doing a pretty good job of it. Jada, can you make me a perception check?
No. 8.
Okay. You're pretty sure he went that way. You know there's
Does it
enough
seem like
signs.
Does it seem like he's slowing down?
Yes.
Vesryn! I'm not leaving without you, so stop the games.
Vesryn, you hear, it's pretty far, but you hear that. Make me a perception check.
Oh my gosh, I rolled a good one. It's a 21. I was going to say dirty 20, but it's a 17. I forgot my perception's plus 4. So 21.
And you hear that, and you look, and out of the corner of your eye, you realize you're near a clearing that you were coming towards. And in the clearing, you see the bodies of devas with their own swords through them. And they're just on like a little mound. And then you hear in your ear, "You made it."
Fuck.
And it sounds like it's right next to you.
I will quickly send a message to Jada. He has found me. It's too late. Get the others out.
Make me a charisma save.
That will be an 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
You have advantage of inspiration. I don't know if you want to use it. You don't have to use it, but you do have an inspiration.
I'm saving it. I'm saving it because hopefully I'll be able to use it for like a more critical moment.
This isn't critical.
Can Karos use it?
I don't know yet.
If Karos takes over, can Karos use inspiration? I mean...
I don't think that's how it works.
Jada, you heard that statement.
Karos! You don't want him. You want me.
Vesryn, you feel a really painful movement around your body. And it feels like needles piercing from every angle towards the center of you. And the shadow disappears.
You would hear Vesryn yell.
I run towards it.
Okay.
And you start to go in the direction that you hear the yell. And the darkness in the area descends and gets darker all of a sudden. just everywhere. The light that the little bit of light that it seemed to be maintained within the walls seems to drop. And there's a new kind of a coldness. And you see way out Vesryn shaking and twisting and floating a few inches in the air. And his body is bending in ways that don't seem quite natural. And then he looks at you, and you realize Vesryn's not looking at you. You know that's not Vesryn's eyes, not the way that he's looking.
Get out my rope dart. Give him back.
And Vesryn starts to look around and sees the space around. And then there's like a pained laughter. And then Vesryn disappears.
I cast the invisibility.
Okay. You see Vesryn's about halfway to you and coming straight at you.
Okay. Are we in an initiative, or am I just gonna 1v1 this?
We're gonna, as soon as you're ready. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
initiative. Actually, Vesryn, you should roll, not me.
Okay. Is there anything I'm adding to this initiative roll as Karos?
You'll add your
Just my
own.
normal stats.
Yep.
Alright, so 13 plus 14, 15, 16.
Okay. And what was yours, Jada?
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't rolled yet. I was looking at stuff.
She was looking at how to kill Vesryn.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Nice.
That's not good. I'm not ready.
Take him out, Jada. Take him out.
Kill Vesryn. Hibley's like, I wish I was there for that.
We just need Hibley there to drop a house in your library.
Oh boy.
See, Hibley, this is when you drop a house on somebody, when they're possessed by a god.
Worked for Dorothy. We're doing all these Oz references.
Just kill people and go back home. Dorothy's got to take someone out.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
It is accurate. Oh, gosh. She kills 2 witches and then goes
She's gonna go
home.
home. She's got to kill
For the
someone.
record, I found it really hard to believe in that movie that when her house fell out of the sky from tornado, it only took out a witch and none of the little people's houses around.
It is destiny.
There
It's
you go.
just, it's just destiny. I don't know what to tell you.
The witch had it coming. You're a witch. The house is coming for you.
You're way overanalyzing the Wizard of Oz. Way overanalyzing it.
We're scared, okay? Let us stall. I'm scared. All right. Am I going
You
first?
should run,
You're going first.
This is awful. Okay, I stand my ground as if I do not see him, and then when he gets close enough, I'm going to grasp him by the throat and cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. Wait. Okay. And I'll let you have a roll.
Great. I have to read the thing. I think it's just attack rolls.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. Okay. Cool. Great. Awesome. No doubt. That would be a nice time for that 20. How do I show this to you? I'm going to take a picture.
Yeah.
And this is the power of friendship.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Camera. Natural 20. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. There you go. Okay. Anyway, I got a 20.
All right. And Vesryn's body drops to the ground in front of you. And this spirit, this dark matter is upon you. Can you make me a charisma save, please?
I think that's one I'm good at. It is. Oh, wow. 20? No? Okay, that's fine. 15?
15. Okay. So you have this odd sensation of like electricity all around your body and this pain that seeps in through your metal, and you feel your own mind being pushed to the back of, like, perception becomes distant, where it becomes sort of like looking through a pinhole. Jada, we are so close now. I really didn't expect us.
Out of my head.
What should we do with Vesryn here?
If you touch him, I'll end you.
What spells do you have?
A lot. Let's see.
What's your most damaging spell?
Probably Scorching Ray.
Okay. Make me a wisdom check.
A check?
Yep.
Okay.
Give you a moment to see if you can... I'm sorry, a save, not a check, a save.
No. I got 5.
So you bring this down to bear and you cast Scorching Ray on Vesryn.
Am I unconscious?
You're almost conscious. Your mind is trying to find its way back to its surface. And then suddenly... You want to do your rolls?
Yeah. That was a 2.
My question is this. She's standing over me,
Yep.
but it's a ranged attack.
Is that a
Ranged attack
disadvantage?
usually on people that are prone are at disadvantage. But she is standing over me, so I don't know how you want to run that.
Roll at disadvantage. I'm good with it.
Okay. The first one was a 2. What was 5? 17?
I can't cast
Well,
shield
you-
right now. So,
Yeah, and you're prone.
so that hits. That
Yeah.
hits.
That hits.
Okay. And last one is a 3. So that's not gonna hit. That's an 8 total. So just one hits. What was it? 2d6? You take 7 points of fire damage.
Oh, that's smart.
And you gain enough cognizance from being blasted that you recognize what's happened.
Karos, you and I made a deal. Besides, my spells are much more powerful. You can do much more with me than you can with them.
Then what are we going
Wow.
to do with this one?
Allow them to leave like we agreed upon. You said you would let the portal be open, and I'm yours.
You don't want him.
Even send them back.
You want me.
Of course you do. I have station. I have power. I
have a
live
body
for
that
1,000 years.
I have a body that doesn't age, that doesn't
They also
sleep,
have a.
that
They
doesn't
also,
trance.
they also have a body. They have a body that needs to be repaired, and their soul is in shards. Who knows how long you can last inside that frame?
That's a compelling argument. Make me a persuasion check.
This is hilarious.
Ooh, that was actually really good.
Love me, no, pick me.
That'll be a 19.
Okay.
I have a +5 to persuasion.
All right. Jada, oh. You take a psychic blast to your head, to your mind, and it is a particularly nasty one because it was already in you and it was a nat 20.
This is gonna hurt.
Yes, it is.
Too bad it's not one D&D where DMs can't crit anymore.
Don't even bring that up.
I know, right? I won't use those.
You take 16 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
And you feel this thing exit you. Vesryn, you have a choice. Do you resist or do you not, or do you choose to fail the save to allow the spirit into this creature into you?
I feel like he would allow it to enter, but he would resist giving it full control, if that makes sense. Like it's like somewhere in the middle. Like I want Karos to enter me, and then like battle with me for control.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
So
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it sounds like you're failing the save to prevent entry. You can still fight it from the inside, but
yeah.
Jada, you crumple to the floor for a moment, and you realize that it just transferred again, and you see Vesryn run.
And Jada, get out of here, get the others, and get them home. I will not allow any of you to come to harm because of my mistakes.
How are you saying that?
Like as I'm fighting it, I guess it's like it's like.
And you're trying to say with words or with
with words? Just
you're out of
words.
suggestion,
Like,
right?
Yeah, like.
Okay.
Well, not
Well, not
suggestions.
suggestion.
Yeah. Well, I think I have a message. Let's see here, because I can cast it at higher levels if I need to. It's sending. That's 2 sendings right there. Yeah. So I could if I needed to, but I would just try to say it with my words as I'm fighting for.
Yeah. You say it as you run, but you
Yeah.
say it loud.
I misty step in front of him.
Oh.
I misty step past her.
When wizards fight.
This is ridiculous.
So you misty step. Can you actually, Vesryn, make me a perception check to see if you have a moment to avoid the confrontation before there's
That
an
would
opportunity?
be. I rolled a 10, but I have a +4, so it would be 14.
Okay. So Jada misty steps in front of you and is on you before you can make your step. You can still misty step on your action, but you remain and you're back into initiative order. Jada will go first.
Okay. I will booming blade his ass. Keep running. I'll just knock you out.
You're gonna make me do this, Jada.
Yep.
You can do it.
That's a 15.
No.
Okay. I will action surge and try again. That is a math is hard. 21.
Shield. So no.
Okay. I still have a bonus action, so I will see what my bonus actions are. Hold on.
Well, actually, I don't know if Scott would allow me to blade song as I run. Then it would be. Otherwise, it would be because I didn't really get my.
Not yet.
Action.
You will on
I didn't because like she went and then we just kind of went out.
I
So I'm saying,
understand.
like I don't know. Yeah.
But also, the way
Then
I'm
you
looking
would-
at it, I
21
think
is
that
an armor class.
I
right
also
now
think
with
that
the shield.
that Karos is still familiarizing himself with your being. Using
so it
it.
does hit?
It would hit, like I said, unless you allowed me to do Blade Song beforehand, then no. Because I don't have Blade Song yet.
I'd say no. Not yet.
So then,
We'll
yeah,
do it on your
21
action.
is my armor class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even cast Shield then.
Right.
Okay. 6 plus. Nope. 6 plus. But 3 plus 2 is 11. You take 11 points of damage. And if you move again, you'll take another 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
Vesryn, you are able to sense what the mind that's shared in you is doing. And you know that you're about to that you're going to cast a fireball right at Jada in front of you. And it's like point blank.
Wouldn't you get caught in that?
That's okay. You hear...
And it's your action.
Jada, run. And then you hear Karos, they won't run, foolish boy. They are as much a martyr as you are. And then I will lift my hand and direct the fireball only on myself and Karos.
Make me a wisdom save, see if you can do it. If you can do that.
No, I cannot.
You blast
I rolled a
the
3.
You blast the area.
Boom.
Do your fireball. You get a deck save to half save.
All right. Well, it's great for me. I
Counter spell.
think. Ooh, she's casting counterspell.
A counter spell.
Okay.
What level?
I can only do third.
I can't see Karos doing it that low.
I feel like he probably would do
It's
it.
probably a
right
good
and-
thing that I tried.
Karos is kind of a
Come on,
maximalist.
Yeah, he probably would cast it at my 4th level unless he can cast it at higher.
He can cast it higher.
Actually, would he do
So-
that or would he cast banishment?
No, fireball.
Okay.
No, fireball.
Tried.
No.
I tried, Jada. Try not to kill
He's
you.
destructive first. Banishment is for other moments. So,
I've marked off a 4th level slot.
okay. The spell goes off.
Did you counter? Did you roll your counter?
Oh, no. Sorry. I'm tense, man.
Everyone's
Oh,
tense.
that's a natural one.
Ooh. I tried. I tried not
tried.
to hit you with this.
I tried to stop you.
He tried. You saw Vesryn warn you. He gave you plenty of time to counter. You know.
And,
He just,
Yep, and I...
Okay, so the spell goes off. Make me a deck save.
All right. Is he dropping it on us as well, or is he hitting
Yeah.
it behind her to just get her? Okay.
That's a negative, Captain. I got a 7.
Okay. Vesryn, you want to make a deck save to...
Yeah, I rolled a natural 16 plus 3, so 19.
Okay. Jada, you take 39 points. You take half of that, Vesryn. So you take 20.
15.
And this place goes up in flames. From back where everyone else is, out in the distance, you see a sudden blast of fire out in the trees that just lights up an area. And it has
That's
a
really
boom.
hard.
Yeah.
How many-
Best get moving.
How many days has it been since the library's been open? Can I use it now or no?
Think so.
I think so, yeah, you've been here long enough.
So book relay, you know, go over here. Instead of a book about us, what if we make a book about Karos? What if we use a book to put him inside it? You know, because I feel like he deserves his own story, and that way we kind of kept, you know, how many pages? I mean, we want to be in a book. I mean, I don't know if it'll work or not, but magic book. I feel like he's trapped in a mask. What can he be trapped in a book?
You do have that magical book kit.
We're doing the book kit. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring out the library. Hustle inside. Okay, where did I? Do we leave it in the same spot? Hold on a second to remember. Hold on a second. It was in the.
I feel like you actually didn't even leave it in there. I thought you took it out, didn't you?
If I did, then I'm not using the library. No, we kept it in there, didn't we? I thought we kept it inside in the little like cubby that it was under.
I remember you took it out of the space it was in. I just don't remember whether you left it in the library or took it out of the library. I have a feeling you would not have taken it out of the library.
Yeah.
Not in the
think you left it in
Shadowfell.
the cubby. Yeah.
So it's in the library. So we left it in the library, probably. Yeah, just in there. So I'll quickly grab it.
So you're opening the library here?
Yes, I'm gonna open it here.
Okay.
That's why you rolling. Why?
I'm looking at the cube and I'm trying to remember. Do we get this from like the unicorn group?
Vesryn never told you guys what the cube did. He found out what it did, but he never told you.
She's looking at it. What does it even do?
Scott, Solana would have told him because I told Solana to make sure they give the cube to Rafa because she would be able to show them how to use it.
Oh yeah, Solana would have said that. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Thank you.
So do I not have the cube?
No, you have the cube. Just
okay.
Rafa knows how to make it function.
Can I try to figure out what it is?
Do you have identify?
No, I guess it'd just be an Arcana check.
Sure, I'll give you a roll. Let's see what happens.
I was like, if not, I'm just gonna start singing at it.
Can I get the help action as me and Deez just kind of watch? Like just kind of, you can do it.
Yeah, I hold it up.
Figure it out.
I don't know what this is.
I'll help her. You go get that book binding. We don't have much time.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
Guidance.
Come on.
Wait, that's an 18. Okay.
And you don't think that you can figure it out that simply. It's complicated.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure that one out. I remember that.
Yeah.
To magical Rubik's Cube.
It took you, mechanically, it took you 3 nat 20s to figure it out.
Jeez Louise.
Done over
It took me
time.
a long time. It was like from season 1 through halfway through season 2 before I could figure that thing out.
Oh yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
this cube.
Must be powerful then.
And it's
I don't
interesting that you
know.
never even told anyone that you figured it out after
No.
all that time.
I just remember Vesryn messing with this thing. She just starts singing at it.
It's not as simple as the Hellraiser cube that just sends you to the hells. It's not that easy.
Jeez, I mean that's a good thing. I mean,
Yes, it is a good thing.
what does this do? I figured it out. Something in hell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it does.
I always thought in Hellraiser, that seems too simple as a gate to hell, just like, that's it. Oh my god, this is really bad.
Oh, I've made a mistake.
I start using Ancient Elixir to sing at it and be like, come on, tell me your secrets, little cube.
So
And I
Hippo,
just kind of look at Gwen.
What? I
Alright.
don't know. Ancient magic. I don't know.
I'm going to head to that Firbolg because I'm very concerned.
I just walk in the library seeing that, just like, we're gonna need.
Alright, fine, we're going. Let's go.
All right, I start running
Like-
as it
Okay.
came out.
you start heading that way.
Oh, we have to run. Oh gosh.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm running.
It'll take you a
Work
little
on that
time.
cardio if you want to go into the ocean.
That's true.
The water's easier on the joints. Running this is bad for the joints. Okay.
And what are you doing, Cerridwen? Are you going with them, or are you continuing working on the cube?
I'm just gonna go with them.
Come on, Dwayne. We
Okay.
can work on the song. We can work on the song as we run.
Okay.
Come on, look you.
Tell me all your
Please tell me you're a
secrets.
magic box that can contain ancient beings in them.
Woo!
And as we're running, I'm gonna be trying to figure out I'm gonna start writing a book of Karos. I could start using the ink, I guess. I mean, it's gonna be hard when we're running, so maybe not, because that'd be really, really hard, especially with ink. Never mind.
Wait, are we
Use your mage hand to help you.
Oh yes, yes. Do I have mage hand? Yes, I do.
So, are we just gonna run in there? Start playing.
Well, I'm thinking if we just
it's hard to run and talk. I don't know if you tried
I
this.
have a plan.
I don't know how you're running and writing.
Yes.
That just I can't
You have
see
to do
it.
it like a Jody.
Okay.
Using a military songs.
Jada, it is your initiative, and you've just taken a pretty nasty blast.
Yes, I did. You see Jada standing in front of you, scorched, stooped just a little bit, looking at you. And they don't look phased emotionally. Physically, they look like crap, but emotionally, they just kind of look up at you and they say, "It's not your fault."
And I would say you'd probably see tears coming down Vesryn's face, behind this twisted look, you see tears coming down.
It's not your fault. You are a good man. And I forgive you. And I'm going to try to spell magic one more time.
Okay. Go for it.
Please? No. Well... I got a 12, so no.
No. And that took your action.
Yeah, my action, my bonus action. I can't action surge anymore. Oh, I didn't use my bonus action yet. But that's okay. I'm content with that.
Okay. Vesryn, what would you do to someone trying to keep you occupied, but you knew you needed to eliminate them? So, of your capabilities, what would be the tool you would bring to bear?
He would probably, in this instance, he would go bonus action blade song.
Okay, do that.
Okay, let me mark it. And then, because he doesn't have his sword anymore, he gave it away, he would summon a shadow blade.
Okay.
And that is what he would fight with.
Yeah.
He gets 2 attacks with that. And one of those attacks, he would probably put a booming blade on them. And at this point, I could walk away because your booming blade only lasts until the end of your next turn, or end of your turn, or something. I can't remember what it is, but something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Something like that.
he would probably, now that the booming blade energy has faded off him, move up and try to strike her. But I think Vesryn would try to fight him from the inside into doing that.
Okay, make a wisdom save.
That would be 15.
Okay, so you do that. You do the stuff.
You do the stuff.
You attack.
You see Vesryn, no, and then he just starts moving like that typical move that movement where he starts kind of like almost dancing, and then you see a big shadowy blade form in his hand, and he moves forward at you, and I guess he's going to swing at.
Yep.
And he gets 2 attacks.
Jada doesn't even move.
First one is a natural 17 plus 7. I'm pretty sure that hits. I hate that I'm hitting you. I hate that I'm hitting you.
It's okay. I'm fine.
It's not fine.
Oh, wait.
It'll hurt. It'll hurt me more than it'll hurt you.
I promise you it's hurting me more than it hurts you.
Totally.
All right. All right, so that's the first one. And the second swing. Oh, it's cocked.
You might want to roll damage on the first one first.
All right. So, let's see. Trying to see something here. All right. Oh, it's 6. 6 plus 7. Shit. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points.
I'm down.
Unlucky 13.
Yeah. I know he hits her with the first one, but could I at least see Jada go down?
You feel when Jada goes down, Karos is trying to make you strike again. I'll give you a wisdom save to prevent.
That's a natural 19 plus 4.
You prevent, and you hold it back, and Karos decides to flee. The rest of you come upon an area where there's fire burning in the trees, and laying in the middle of it is Jada, down, burned really badly. The metal's got scorch marks all over it, and been stabbed, at least once, but is laying in the soil.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna come over and cast we'll do like a 3rd level healing word.
Just remember my bonus action.
All right, you got 10 points back.
As I trust that Dwayne's going to take care of that, can I see where...
Yeah, I want to see if I saw any footprints.
Yeah, you do see footprints. Make me a... Are you a good tracker? Like, do you have any kind of, good tracking capabilities?
You're talking to Desus, right?
Yes, Desus.
Okay.
I am proficient in survival, and I have a +6.
Okay. I'll give you make a survival check. Let's see what you can find.
Can
It's very dark.
Can I help these? Because I'm looking too oh look, there's a print there.
No, you're not. You're not useful for that, are you? Are you?
I mean, I have intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Are you
I know you're smart.
Survival?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 17 total.
There are tracks, and they seem to be heading back towards where you guys were before.
All right.
Do you mean the stones or where that sarcophagus was?
They were near the stones.
I immediately use my last wild shape. What is my fastest creature here? I think it's probably Warhorse.
I heal Jada. You got 10 back.
I immediately wild shape into a Warhorse. So with my movement and action to move, that'd be 120 feet to start running.
Can I hop on?
Yeah.
Desus, wait. I'm gonna try to jump.
Yeah, I'm just okay, what happened? Well, where is she going?
I couldn't stop him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're going after. I think Desus saw the Vesryn this way. It's
Your voice dissipates out.
This way.
Desus, do you want to allow Hipley on?
Yeah, if you can grab me as I run, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. You grab, and she
barely I get grabbed for a little bit to pull myself up barely, just dragging oh god, okay.
Yeah, as you grab my man, I just flip my head around so that you kind of flip up and kind of lie on my back.
Everyone here is going to learn to ride bareback soon.
Yep.
Real fast.
This is uncomfortable.
Horse riding with Desus.
Yeah. Or everyone's going to carry little magical saddles that you can just bing. And just,
You can't armor me as a warhorse. I could get that AC.
He's like, we need a saddle, so this is really painful. I'm not going to do that.
And just focused, running, full gallop at 120, charging forward.
And
I'm just holding on for dear life, just like this.
I imagine Hibley just ah.
Yes, me too. All right. Vesryn, you hear a horse coming up from behind. And no, you're not that far along yet. You hear a horse coming up from behind, and you know there were no horses here other than potentially Desus. Make me an intelligence check.
And once we can see, I want to ready in action. I wanted to use my Sphinx displacements as soon as
Yeah, I'm going to do something if I see him in 120 feet.
Okay. Vesryn, what'd you roll? I can't hear you.
You did.
You're muted.
I'm muted. Sorry, dirty 20.
Okay. So you hear them, and you know they're gonna catch up to you. So what spells would you use to avoid them
I would
or eliminate the threat quickly?
summon Fae, third level, and send the Fae clearly in a different direction with, to try to make them follow that trail and then hide.
Okay. So you're catching up on some motion up ahead, and it stops for a moment, and then the person that you're chasing takes off in another direction. And it's dark, so all you're really seeing is a silhouette, shadow.
And away from
maybe
the
a
stones,
perception
though?
check. Both of you can make a perception check.
And it's going away from the stones, right?
It's going another direction, like it's trying to avoid you two.
I'm focused on the footprints that I was following. So.
Yeah.
18.
That is, what's my perception? Ooh, dirty 20.
Okay. Both of you see this person head off in another direction. And when it does, it's in the back of your mind, it feels like it's running differently than Vesryn runs. Like it's hard to know exactly because it's just shadow. But the motion is not quite right, not quite the same. And you're very familiar with Vesryn. You know what he looks like when he runs. His motion, his movement.
It runs a lot more awkwardly than that. It's running a lot more better form.
I slow my pace, and I very slowly, still following the tracks.
Vesryn, make me a wisdom save, by the way.
With telepathy, I'll look at Desus like, I'm not getting a good vibe about that one that's running. That doesn't seem...
No.
Something seems off about that.
Vesryn, you take 10 points of psychic. Stop resisting me. I've been feeling it over and over. And you feel like being smushed, like your being is just being smushed into a smaller...
I keep saying that if you keep doing that, you won't have a form to do what you need to do.
I'll take the next one if I need it.
I told you can have me. Just let them go. Get rid of them, and I'll stop resisting you. And when I say get rid of, don't kill. Get them
Get rid of them.
Just a choice of words.
Okay. Fireball.
That's what I was trying to do.
Get them to go away, and I will stop resisting. It's the only reason why I'm resisting is because you're trying to kill them.
Do they?
You don't know.
And then you hear them say, "Who out of them can see invisible?"
I know. Because I would know, which I know that Tiffany can, and I know that Jada can. Desus, have you ever cast it before? No.
I never cast it before.
The only two that I know of are Dwyn and Jada.
You
The
go.
other two,
You go
I don't believe
invisible.
they can.
So you're at a slowed pace, Desus and Hipley, and it suddenly goes quieter. The shadows are deep, so it's already hard to see. but there's a stillness.
Well, that's fine. So I'm going to use detect thoughts. So I can use that I can keep that going, and I can probe the area as we go, so I can like make sure if I sense anything. And so if anything is there, like I can still pick up like the mind. So we kind of keep that as like a feeler. Like
And I'm just focused purely on tracks.
Yeah.
Back with Jada and me, I see them take off into the distance, and I go,
Yes.
do you have any idea where he went?
No clue.
Okay. Well,
But if I had a guess, probably somewhere you can get to a different plane out of this plane.
You would have heard me yell.
do that.
You would have heard me yell too that he was going like, I think he's going back to where he came from, like back to where we were, because that's also something I kind of yelled that back to you guys. If that helps at all, so I was like, let's say they're going back to where we just were when they were leaving.
Okay, well, I can get us 500 feet that direction, and I'm just gonna point where I saw Deetz's in horse form running off.
Right.
Okay, let's do it. And then she plays her Kruth and opens up the dimension door and steps through with Jada.
Okay.
How much did you heal me, by the way?
It was 10 points.
10.
Cool, thank you.
Yes.
So, Blake, hold on. I'm checking something on detect thoughts.
It's not that big of a range. As soon as you get closer, it's only like I can use it a couple times. Yeah,
30 or 60 feet?
And it's a creature you can see within 30 feet.
Oh, we have to see it? Okay.
Yeah.
So never mind. Darn it. Well, let's see what else I have.
I'll start picking up my pace a little bit to my full horse movement of 60 feet while focused down on the tracks that match Vesryn's feet.
Yeah. So you can see the tracks. They were dug into the dirt because they were moving at a fast pace and not really trying to hide them.
I'm gonna yell out as soon as like we think we're in like the general area. I was gonna like, you should probably just show yourself and make things a lot easier. I mean, we're gonna find you anyways and cast suggestion. Just like yelling it out. I don't think I have to see someone for a suggestion. Do it. Let me double check. Maybe I do.
And
Yeah, but I can see. Darn it! I know I can't see. So not doing it. I'm not gonna waste it because I can't see. You have to see for that too. Dang, you say for everything.
Yeah, that's why blindness and deafness is so good against wizards.
Down.
It does.
And Cerridwen and Jada appear a little behind where you guys are and through a dimension door.
Oh.
I have to check something.
And you see like the portal open. They step through.
Do I see Warhorse Deezus?
You do, and Hipley.
Okay.
And I'm very much blinders focused, moving forward at my full pace.
Very slowly.
Just the 60 feet.
I still have the invisibility up.
I think he would use the ring to Misty Step while we're invisible further away to give us more of a distance. And that would be the last charge because I didn't get to use it before because she stopped me beforehand. So that would be the last one.
And you do. Sorry. My wife just got home, so the dogs are like, oh.
And then probably try to stealth away with since I can move quietly in the woods and I now have invisibility on me.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome Amphitheater and Duval. Love Duval. Duval is amazing. Thank you for rating everybody.
Thanks.
So, Deezus, you are able to find the tracks, and they seem to get to a spot and end. And from there were some lighter tracks that went off in the direction you had earlier seen.
Please, I think we just go back to the stones. I mean, Where else would he want to go? But he doesn't want to be stuck here. That's the only
Yeah,
place that can get out of here.
I look around for a second, and then I just look in the direction of where the stones are, and I do full movement, 120 feet.
Okay.
And if Vesryn happens to be in the way of that, I have trampling charge.
I think we hit a speed bump.
All right. So you're running. Make me a perception check.
Ooh.
We're invisible.
Yep.
I rolled for the stealth because he would have moved and then started going in a different direction for now. And I rolled 17 as the high plus where's that? Plus 3 for stealth, so dirty 20.
So mine was also natural 17 plus 6.
Ooh.
So
What do they see though?
they would
You
see
can smell
branches
the
moving.
horse.
They would see dirt flying up as you're trying to flee.
The second I see a branch snap,
Yeah.
I pivot, like gallop pivot off.
Not even much of a pivot. You're both going the same direction.
Oh, then yeah, I go straight forward and do my trampling.
Okay, do your trample. You are able to catch it. Can you make me a deck save, Vesryn, to avoid the trample?
Is he here? What's going? What?
Natural 20.
All right.
So you're.
So you don't get knocked prone or anything,
Yep.
but now I know exactly where you are.
Yep. So does Hipley on your back.
So the second
so-
I feel you that you're gone, I drop the form. So Hipley goes flying forward. I drop my
Okay.
form, pivot, and I say,
Off the horse.
"We threatened that drag you to the water. I'm going to bathe you in light instead and summon Moonbream right on top of us."
Yeah.
4th level.
Dang. Inspiration.
All right.
Yeah.
If there is a shapeshifter, it's at disadvantage.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do something afterwards.
I gotta bounce.
Oh, I knew it. Okay.
Yeah, Natalie's driving Dwin though, and I'll try to come back on
Okay.
when I can.
I'll do my best interpretation.
See ya.
Do you want
We'll miss you. Have fun on your cruise.
Bye. Be safe. Have a safe trip.
All right. Oh.
Do you
Yeah,
need to
we just
rearrange
moved.
us?
Yep. It moved everything. Hate that.
Oops.
Give me
You can
1
only see
second.
half of my face.
Just for the moment. I'll get you back pretty quickly. Sorry, everybody.
What did Vesryn do to you?
I mean, if you trampled, would you be able to do Moonbeam right now, or would we? Because you
Well,
charged.
We're going to go into initiative now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can do that as just part of my movement if I move over 20
Gotcha.
feet.
It's a horse. Horses have to. It's just running.
Well, I didn't know
And-
that. I didn't know that
Horses
counted
are
as the.
cool.
I'm asking. I was actually asking. So.
Yeah, it was part of the horse's movement if I'm moving forward 100 feet, and then I can free action drop wild shape at any point.
Okay. All right. So the moonbeam comes down. You're right. So make me a con save, Vesryn.
It's one of my good ones. Not really. But I got a 16. That beat or meet or is it not enough?
No, I don't think so. Well,
What, no,
What, it's against-
what is the save, Nat?
Oh, the save for my moonbeam is 14.
oh,
Okay.
it is enough. Okay.
But you will still take half as much. And it's at 4d10 now because I upcast it.
Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. I mean, I'm probably gonna be down, Scott, unless Karos has something around me or anything. I don't know.
My hope is if Karo's a shadow and he pops out, he will also suffer that. Okay. 5, 10, 19, 22 radiant damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be down unless there's something I'm not calculating, Scott.
Yeah, I understand. So Vesryn drops from the damage from the moonbeam, and Jada and Cerridwen start to catch up, from behind also. And the moonbeam hits with just tremendous force here. It seems to really cause maybe more pain than you thought it would do. Vesryn, can you make me a death save, please?
Cool.
And then, well, that's something I want to do what I was holding as well.
That's a nat 1, so that's 2 fails.
Oh, shit!
Okay.
So.
And the moonbeam did something unusual too. When it hit, it like created like a smoking burning across Vesryn's body that you have only seen when you were affecting things that were particularly counter to that kind of light, to that kind of energy. And Vesryn is just scorching, and there is smoke rising, and the body drops.
So
Go ahead.
So I'm going to use my held action. So use Sphinx's displacement, and so you're going to see if they kind of disappear for a moment and stand like from the desert where he met his patron. So I'll get to make mental contact with them, and so basically it will give me advance on my next attack roll. So what I want to do is use a book, and so basically I can make mental contact with the patron. Just want to know, and he can it'll grant me some of its divine foreknowledge. And so I just want to just ask if this is going to work. Like, can I trap a god in a book? And I can teleport 60 feet when I do this too, so in case we can disappear in sand.
Vesryn, make me a wisdom save.
That'll be 16. I think I have plus 4, so that'll be dirty 20.
Okay.
It's either ones or dirty 20s.
Yeah. So you feel this tearing at your mind although you're unconscious for it. There's a tearing at your being, and you take 8 points of damage, psychic damage.
Yeah, I'm dead then.
And you realize that it leaves, and you, Hipley, see right in front of you this dark spirit, and you have this book that you've been quickly just trying to throw together to make a trap, basically. What do you want to do with the book? How do you want to make this work?
I want to write a story about Kairos. I want to just write the best story I can write for Kairos system. Just really flatter, just how awesome Kairos is, all the great things that Kairos has done. Just really kind of flatter him. So just the best, most kind of biting work that I've ever written is all from all the fiction that I've read. Use all that to make just the best story. Because I've read so many books. Doesn't want to admit it, but he's read a lot of fiction. So writing just the best tale he can about him, about Kairos.
Make me a charisma save. You feel a resistance to this magic you're trying to make.
Scott.
Yes.
As I'm fading and he's leaving my body,
Mm-hmm.
after my life force fading, I have a little bit of consciousness. I look at Hipley and I can see that he's trying to do something. Whatever you do, do it. And I give him my inspiration that I have for this role.
Of course.
That was
You're
a 19.
inspired.
I don't know if I have to use it, but I appreciate that, but I got a 19. Yeah.
So you think you've created, as you did, some form of a vessel. Make me an Arcana check. I want to.
Did my patron help me at all? Because like I said, with
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Gosh, okay. So make what kind of check?
An Arcana check.
That's going to be a 21.
Okay. Hold on, I want to bring something up.
And I feel like as soon as like Vesryn went down, I feel like Dwayne would have like done something. I mean, especially if Dwayne was there. I feel like as soon as she saw him go down, I feel like Dwayne would have been like, "No, like what the heck?" And would have tried something.
I don't know. If, it wasn't their turn, was it? I don't even. Did we?
That depends on what Scott wants to do for it.
Because I really feel like Dwayne would have been like, "No, like."
Yeah, probably the second she'd do if she has a healing word. Does she have healing word?
I think she has. I'm pretty sure she. Jess, you have her sheet up and all?
I don't know if. Well, I don't know. Here's the thing, though. Would she have done that while I was in the Moonbeam still possessed? Because if she would have done it, she would have raised me with Karos.
Oh yeah, because she loves you though. Like she loves you. So even like
I don't know if she would though, because
she's not a mortar. She's not like we'll just kill him. She loves.
I just feel like she. I'm not trying to root against me, but I'm saying I feel like.
How did
you guys
see?
I feel like you guys would want to try to make sure that you could contain Karos before trying to.
No.
Not knowing if I failed my death. You guys would know if I failed my death.
Yeah, but you don't know that there's death saves involved there.
Yeah, but we would know that one of us is down, especially with how much she loves you. After the conversation she had with your mom, like I feel like we're not like now we're about death. Just like seeing you go down the way, seeing you smoking. She's like, she loves at the end of the day. She's not gonna be like, oh, well, we can risk it. I mean, he went down. It's fine.
Because wasn't she here when? No, she was here when I went down. She didn't do anything. She didn't say anything. She left right after I went down.
No, I think she.
That was in the Moonbeam, but not.
I think the stream dropped for a second.
Oh no!
Yep.
Like
in the meantime,
how
do I get a player
Is it back
other
up?
player characters?
Hey, everybody, I think the stream dropped for a second, but we're back up. I don't. Wow.
Oh, you got to go to like if you go to like the on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, we're back up. Thank goodness. It just went down for a second.
I'm trying to see if I can bring up Gwen's character sheet because Tiffany gave me permission to run her.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't think she would, because she saw me go down. She didn't say anything about it when I was in the Moonbeam.
Yeah,
and the reason why you guys say this is because I failed 2 death saves.
No, it's not because failed 2 death saves. I think as soon as she went down, she would have done like before even the death save would happen. Like I feel like she would have done that.
Well, she would have known there was a death save. She
she
just knew there
didn't
was
know.
an attack.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
Karos
she saw his
was
smoking body.
for a moment, and then, because the attack that happened after that, you didn't see. It was internal to Vesryn.
Yeah,
it was a
I'm not
psychic
worried about the
attack.
second attack. I'm talking about the first one. He's smoking body. I'm not talking about the second one. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rooting, but I mean,
Yeah. I don't
just feel like
think that she would have gotten. She might have tried to do it after she had gotten there, and it was at that point it would have been already too late. But would have probably tried. When you go to use this, you feel a presence around you, Hipley, that is familiar but distorted maybe. And you see something like that
Oh, let me do something on a chart.
come into existence near you.
Let me go. Hold on a second.
Oh,
that's not
is
good.
everybody in the wrong place? Oh my God.
Hold on a second. Let me go.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that doesn't
Oh
look
my-
pleasant.
You, like,
Oh no.
I think it called
You're
someone
playing
else.
this whole time.
Did you roll the advantage?
I got 21.
So
DC
this
30.
this Sphinx is here, and it looks down at you. Your master summoned me to assist. You're in my Shadowfell realm. And this spirity thing in front of you, it wavers in the darkness, this shadow in front of you. And you need to make me you're trying to capture Karos, and this thing, although it looks horrific, seems to be coming up behind you to assist, not to threaten.
It's a friendly skill. Okay, it's just like, oh, okay, it's not gonna.
It's a friendly, terrifying sphinx of
Just
death.
trying to write like, all right. we're trying to get out of here, so we're trying to leave your plane.
So to use the spell, the magic of the magic bookbind, it puts its finger on you. It's huge, so it's like a finger on you, and you feel this coldness come through you. But you also catch words that seem to be making a spell. What do you do with those?
I say them. So I feel like so as I get the words, I'm okay. So it's a spell. So I'm gonna try to say them or maybe write them. I feel or whatever. So probably, I mean, would I intuit that he probably wants me to write them?
Make me an Arcana check.
So that's an 18.
Okay. So the words, as you start to speak them, you realize you're casting. And Karos starts to try and move away. But what are the rest of you doing when you see Hipley start to magically cast with this hideous thing next to it?
Hideous death sphinx of
Yep,
friendliness.
Necrosphinx.
Yeah, Dees
Really?
is disturbed, but she's more focused on her instinct is just kill Caro, so she senses her moonbeam over where she can interpret where his shadow is, just to kind of keep him in place. And then Dwyn, once the moonbeam is off of Vesryn, she's just tunnel vision on Vesryn and not really realizing what's happening. She is going to try and sing a song and do a healing word upon him.
Okay. The spell you're doing, Hipley, creates a bond between the book and the shadow spirit. Can you make me a wisdom save, please? You feel resistance from Karos.
That's a 24.
Oh.
Oh.
And the book slams shut and the shadow fades away. And you feel the book has done something, and the Necrosphinx disappears. And the book falls to the ground. And it's suddenly very dark again.
You will
That's
hear
totally-
Dwyn just say, Vesryn! Vesryn! Picking him up in her arms. And Deesis looks over and is now in kind of her skin going very pale, arms kind of stiffening up as she steps back, dropping the moonbeam.
Cerridwen would suggest you should all get out of the... We need to leave here. This place is just too dark.
Gotta get him home to Morket.
And she starts running with him towards the library. To where you were before. Is the library still up or is it down? Or
I probably took it down because
Okay.
we were running. I took
right
it down.
to the stones then.
I'll quickly grab a book cautiously and start heading towards them.
I think Jada is frozen in place. They haven't moved since Vesryn
Oh.
fell.
Do I see? Oh, so I'll stop and look at Jada.
Yeah, you see Jada not move.
Yeah, Deesis is also kind of standing there looking at where Vesryn was and then looking up to Jada. And Jada can clearly see eyes completely watered but full shocked face.
We gotta go.
Come on, I'm gonna grab both your guys' hands. Like, come on, it's we can be. I mean, it's okay to be sad now, but let's at least go back to. Let's at least get him home, so that we can figure things out from there. I mean, crazy things have happened, so. Let's come back together.
Okay.
I grab both
I
your guys'
just-
hands.
Really squeeze your hand back.
And when you get back to the two pillars, you just see Cerridwen sitting with Vesryn in her lap, running her hand over her hair, and casting healing spells, just one after another, running through, trying anything, desperately to revive, and to no avail. We need to get him back to Morkant as soon as we can. Maybe Morkant can save him.
I've seen
There's still
clerics.
time.
I've seen clerics do magical things.
And in Elixia, don't they have like pretty powerful? I mean, I imagine having something for this kind of thing in Elixia. I feel like they would definitely have something that would, if anything, if not Morkant, someone there should. I mean, they have to have some way to bring people back, so to speak.
If we go to the Brock, hopefully he's already there. They were told to wait for us there.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna have to tell his mother. I can't tell his mother.
I'll do it. It was my hand. I'll do it.
We're gonna save him. We're not gonna have to do it. We'll save him. Let's get back. I have to cast this spell. And she lays him down next to her, and she starts casting and holding his hand while she casts the ritual. It takes a lot longer this time because it just doesn't seem to go as smoothly or as easily. Her words are broken as she tries to go through the verbal components. Then the gestures seem broken and just more difficult. And what took 5 minutes not long ago takes an hour or half an hour here just to get it right. And then suddenly all of you are fading, and you arrive at this ruin of a Brock in the middle of a field, in the middle of Elixia. There's light here. You're not in the Shadowfell anymore. And she stands. We're days away from Phelan, and we're a day away from Kyrol. And she just falls.
They were told to meet us here, and I send up a guiding bolt up into the sky.
They were told half an hour ago to meet us here. But they can't travel that fast to get here like that.
We don't know what time is like, and Vesryn did say that he told Morkant and his sister to keep an eye here.
I hope they did. I hope they did.
I'm gonna... Is it daytime or nighttime now?
It's day.
Okay.
It's blindingly daytime. After being in the Shadowfell for a while, the light here it's painful to your eyes even.
Not strong enough to do anything.
the clerics in Cairo weren't particularly useful after what happened before. The only ones that would be able to do anything are the ones in Phelan.
Why did we go to Phelan?
Even if they're coming, we'll come across them on the way.
Should we start meeting them halfway then?
We should head that way. They won't be coming from Cairo. Even if they are, they're not going to be able to do anything about this. And she starts walking in the direction that she knows Phelan is. Carrying him, not over the shoulder, just in her arms, held out. She tries to speak over and over, and all she can do is walk.
He probably would use telepathy on Vesryn to kind of say his goodbyes because he doesn't like he's coming back. He knows like Vesryn probably can't hear because he's like gone, but he would still just use something just to kind of just to say his goodbye to Vesryn. Just joke with him like how he's how he never got that good with his instrument, but at least he tried and just yeah. Just use like whatever good memories have, just kind of just blop her on like that telepathically to his unlifeless body, and just as a way to say goodbye because he doesn't think he's coming back.
And you travel for a little ways, and Cerridwen listens as you speak.
Scott.
She doesn't say anything. Yeah.
While they're carrying my corpse, could, by some strange means, Solana appear and fly down to each of them and just kind of fly around them, and you feel like this warmth, love, and as she starts to fly away, she disappears, and you feel the warmth go with her.
Yep. And Cerridwen, again, she puts him down in the grass and she starts just apologizing to him. I'm so sorry. And she can't seem to say goodbye. She can only say she's sorry. I always he always felt like he needed to save us. And she looks at you, Hipley, and she goes, "Is Kairos in that book?"
I think so. I mean, honestly, don't even care anymore at this point. But I think. I mean, do I even know if he's in the book? I mean,
You think so? And she says,
Probably.
Don't lose that book."
It'll be kept in the. It'll definitely be kept in the library. So, yeah. But, I guess it all feels so insignificant at this point, but.
And another half a day later of moving and stopping and going and stopping. She sits down and she opens up her Vesryn's pack. And she looks at the stuff that he had, and there was something about this cube. It seemed important to him. Do you know what this does?
Who's asking everybody, or who's talking?
It's a little magical cube that.
Yeah. Who's the one asking that?
She's asking all of you. Did you?
I mean, when I look at Hipley, maybe you could reach out to your patron. Would they know?
How long has it been? It's been half a day. Has it been?
It's been a day almost.
Okay. Well, then, if possible, I would try to connect with my patron, not the skeleton one this time, if possible, and ask, because especially knowing the knowledge that he knows, I feel like he would definitely.
And you start to hear in the distance the sound of horses. But they're coming from the northeast, not the southwest, which means they're coming from Cairo, probably, not Phelan. And in the distance, you see like a cloud rise, from horses running. And Cerridwen picks him up and turns to them. And the horses catch up, and Cerridwen you see Solana on one of the horses, and some other people that look a little like Vesryn, maybe brothers and sisters. And one of them, coming out ahead, not only arrives, but leaps off the horse without it even slowing much, and comes running over, and Cerridwen puts him down and pulls away, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And this woman goes down and hugs Vesryn and just cries with him. And all these people come down, and you can tell that these are siblings, most of them. And the grieving it starts, and it feels like it never ends. After some time, Rotha, one of them, comes over to you, Jada. Can you tell me what happened to my brother? And Cerridwen tries to get up, but she can't get up right now. She's in so much grief.
Not to protect him. It was my fault.
It's nobody's
Your fault.
It's nobody's fault. Vesryn did the best he could to try to save us. We were fighting a god, and God was pretty bent on getting us, and he fell in what happened between, but it was no one's fault. Everyone was just trying to save everybody.
Vesryn did try to save everyone. He took the god into his body, and in turn we tried to save him. I threw down a moonbeam on top of him, and it did take out the god, but unfortunately it took Vesryn with it. It was a lot stronger than I had intended.
And she looks at you, and you think she's going to say something, and she just turns away from you and goes back and begins spends time around Vesryn with other siblings. And you see there's, brothers there and sisters. And then soon after, more horses arrive, and a father and soldiers come up behind in heavier horses.
One of the sisters you see looks almost identical to Vesryn. If Vesryn was a girl, they would be identical twins.
They are twins.
Yeah.
And the father comes and holds him, and after a little bit lifts him up. We need to get him to a cleric. Perhaps there's still time. And he puts him up on his horse. I'll meet the rest of you in, he says to his family, I'll meet the rest of you in Phelan. And he carries Vesryn and some of the soldiery, goes with him, and he starts riding towards the southwest. And one of them, the one that was talking to you, Jada, she comes over and she goes, I wish I could have been there. I'm Ratha, and I'm glad that whatever happened, that he had his friends with him. And then she sees Cerridwen, and then she starts just crying more, and she goes over to Cerridwen, and you can tell that she knew that they were together, and it just gets, it's that kind of a time. And Cerridwen, after a while, says, he gave us this cube for some reason, and he said you would know what to do with it. And she looks at it. I know what to do with it. And what does it do, Vesryn?
It plays memories or that was, trapped in there at some point. Like a moment of time. And if she activates it, does she activate it?
She activates it.
The first message you guys would see is Vesryn sitting off to the side inside the cave where you guys have found his mother. When everybody was kind of sleeping and doing their own thing, he went off for a little bit. If you are seeing this, then hopefully it means I made a choice that led to a better tomorrow. There isn't much I can say except sorry if my choice has hurt you, or left you feeling either betrayed or like you could have done more. But I am confident when I say there was nothing more any of you could have done. I made my choices as we all have done. And I know that maybe some of you think maybe I was trying to run to my death, but I wasn't. I really hope that you can see that one day. I wanted to live. I didn't choose to die. I simply chose to make sure that all of you lived. And I hope none of you would ever have to see this. And that we'd all get to grow old and live incredible lives together, share more journeys, and accomplish so much more. I'm so happy to have been part of what this is. And I hope that you will accept my humblest thank you. Thank you for walking this path beside me. You are more than friends to me. You have been my family. Or rather, the kind of family I never knew that existed. I know I'm at times quite difficult to deal with. It maybe came off as though I thought I was more important. If so, I confess to you that I never felt that way inside. In fact, I looked at each of you and wondered how I could be more be worthy of your friendship, to be your equal. I hope whatever happened, that in the end I made you proud. That's all I really wanted to do, make my family proud. Jade, I know you must be feeling some type of way right now. I'm sorry. Thank you for being honest with me and accepting me for who I was and challenging me when I needed to be. Jesus, please watch over everyone. And maybe when you have time, look to the stars and I'll be there watching over you. Hipley, you are the best brother I've ever had. I have 3 before you. Just don't drop any more houses on our friends. Save that for hags and other creatures that are more worthy of that. I think it's about time I end this. There isn't much else to say except goodbye. But I hate goodbyes. They're sad. So let's just say farewell and hello. Hello to your next adventure. May it be more grand than the last. And then you see him reach and turn off the device. And there are other messages on there as well. There's some for his family. There's one for Dwyn as well. Maybe we should play the one for Dwyn when actually here.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. And there's silence that descends over the glade you're in. And I think this is a good place to break. Well, thank you everybody for coming tonight. It was a painful one in so many ways. Hope to see you next week. Next week will be the final episode of the season. It's not a whole lot to say beyond what happened already tonight. I wonder if we need to have an episode next week.
Could you save it for
next
I
season?
could save it for the beginning of next season. I think this would be a better place to end this one. Yeah. So we'll see you. I'm going to take a little time off to set up season 3. Probably take me 3 or 4 weeks, although it could take up to 6. That was what it took last time. I'm hoping to do it faster than that.
Jez, are you looking at me evil right now? I'm sorry, Scott. I'm
I'm a little upset.
Her scared. She's scared.
We'll do a post session.
Thank you for the raid, Amphitheater, and thank you, Duval, for coming. Love seeing you. You hop in the chat. That's cool. The rest of you, Inside Checked. Love you. Your show is awesome. Your shows. Everybody else who was in chat. Have a good night. We'll see you when Elixia starts in a few weeks or a month. All right. Take care. Bye, everybody.